जय बाबा, बोलो अवतार मेहर बाबा की जय. I shall now first introduce to you my wife, life's partner, Villu. She will speak to you first, and after she finishes, I shall speak to you. Come on.
Shall I start now? Jai Baba. I married to my husband, Sarosh, 1927, 27th March. After marriage, we came to Ahmednagar. Then Sarosh tell me that I've got a master and I believe in him as a God. I said, but I don't believe any God except God is one there. Sarosh says, no, you must meet Meher Baba. I said, all right, I'll meet him. So one day he took me to Baba. There I've seen Baba. Then I met him and he asked me, he is my God. I said, he must be your God, but I don't believe in him. Then, but I'll respect him for your sake. Then he said, all right, do as you please. Then, whatever Baba wanted me to do, Sarosh wanted me to do, I used to do for Baba. Baba used to come here. He used to have meals with us. Then he used to meet me. And I used to tell him that, Baba, I don't love you as, God. Baba said, never mind. One day you'll love me. I said, all right. But I was very bad. Whenever I wanted something, I used to tell Baba, I love you. Then Baba used to say, yes, I know you very well that you wanted something from me. That's why you love me. So for a few months, I used to love him. I used to respect him as a God also. Then after a few months, again I said, no, Sarosh, he is not God. He is just ordinary human being. I used to tell him that. Then Sarosh never used to force me that you must respect him as a God or do this, nothing. But I used to always respect Baba because I always, wanted Sarosh to be happy, that he is so much fond of Baba that I wanted him to be happy that he must be happy that I'm respecting Baba. So like this is to go on for years and years together. But sometimes for 6 months I used to love Baba, sometimes for 3 months. Then never, I never used to love him. Baba used to know that. Baba used to tell me, oh, Sarosh is so good. I love Sarosh so much and you are no good. And then I used to tell Baba, not my fault. You never prepare me to love you. So Baba said, never mind, one day you'll be all right. So like that used to go on for years together. I've seen so many Babas, miracles also. But still then I said, oh, this is coincidence, I used to say that. And Baba always used to say, he never do any miracles. Then like that used to go on for years together. And Baba wanted me to do so many things for him, I used to do. Then when so many foreigners came, Baba told me, look after them. I used to do that thing. And
she used to tell Baba my complaints also.
Yes. Whenever, I wanted anything, I go to Baba. Baba used to, do whatever I wanted to. When we have a fight, we both used to go to Baba. And I used to tell Baba that, Sarosh is doing this, that to me. Sarosh used to give him a rocket, not to me. Then again Baba said, no, you be good to each other, this, that, and we come back happily. Baba used to come here in this house and sometimes we had so many complaints. We used to do all the complaints to Baba. Baba used to listen to us. Then like that, years has been passed. And I used to, sometimes I love Baba, sometimes never. But I was never, stable. So one day what happened, Baba told me to go Hamidpur, Nauranga. There was a, his statue, big program, his statue, go as is, People wanted somebody from here, so Baba wanted me to go. So Baba one day called me and he asked me, will you like to go to Hamirpur? There is statue, we are going to open and you will go there.
As Baba's representative.
Yes. Then I said, in my mind, I go there, it's a good idea. I go and see new place only. I didn't bother about Baba's statue or anything. I wanted to see new place. Then I said, yes, Baba, I'll go. Baba said, oh, there will be too much hard light. These. I said, Baba, I won't mind, but I like to have lots of water there to bathe. So Baba said, you'll get everything, don't worry. Then Baba called Sarosh also. Then he told, you go with Villu to Hamirpur and Nauranga. We have all gone. And there I've seen so many people and, love for Baba.
Poor people pouring out their heart for Baba.
Then I told Sarosh, there is something. Another one thing in me, I was, I never liked somebody to hug me or kiss me. I always used to feel that, they are dirty, this, that. But, there I've gone, the sweeper, people with disease, with lepers, even they used to come and hug me and kiss me. I never felt anything. So then I thought in my mind, there is something. Because you see, I feel nothing. As if nothing has been, happening to me. Otherwise, I was always, say, my goodness, I don't like to touch to him, like that. There must be something in Baba, that's why, So I told Sarosh, really, I think Baba is really God. And now Sarosh told me, please don't believe in him. Because I know you for 3 or 4 months, you believe in him, and again you go and say that you don't believe in him. All right. Then we have come back from there. Then I told Sarosh that really I believe in Baba. Then when I came back, I told Baba, really Baba, you are something. Now you must forgive me what I have done to you for so many years. From 1927 till 1961, I was here, there, never stable. Then Baba said, yes, I think this time you won't go back. I said, no, this time I won't go back, Baba. This is really true. Then Baba also thought this time really this must be true. Then Baba sent me to Dehradun for another opening ceremony. There he told me, you have to give a Hindi lecture. I said, me and Hindi lecture, how am I going to say in Hindi? He said, never mind, you have to speech. And Baba said, how am I to speak? Then they made Bhav write all this Hindi, transferred into Gujarati script. So I can read and give a speech. And there's so many people and I have to give a speech. I said, all right, Baba will make me do. Then there also I've gone and I give a real speech there and I felt nothing. It was just came natural. Then I thought really this is Baba.
And her speech was broadcasted on the Delhi broadcast.
Then I came. After a few years, 1 or 2 years I think, Sarosh gone very, very seriously ill.
No. You are missing. After that, Baba again sent us to Kuvu.
Yes, again sent us. Yes, third sent
As his representative, he sent us to Kuvu.
Kuvu also. 3 places he sent us.
Via Hyderabad.
Yes. There also. I've seen, Baba wanted me to see everything that, because I was...
How Baba gave her an experience to go and see what love people pour out for him and genuine love.
Yes.
So she can also develop love for Baba, and she ultimately developed that love for Baba.
So from there, after a year, then Sarosh got, since then I started really believing in Baba. But not like them all, I was really believing in Baba. You see, because not here, not there, straightforwardly believing in him. Then he got very ill and he was really serious. So Baba used to tell me, don't worry, nothing is going to happen to him. So all the big doctors and everybody is telling me, this is very serious, this, that. So but I was, at ease that nothing is going to happen because Baba told me that. So one day in hospital, he was very bad. At midnight, I think 12 or something. So there, he says, now I am dying. I want to make my will, I shall make it. If you want to die, die. I know definitely that Baba told me that he is not going to die and he is not going to die. So I told him to make your will. You are not going to die. So we are having a big fight over it, You want to die, I say die. So meanwhile, I received a Baba's telegram. Don't worry. He said, nothing is going to happen. No, that telegram. Oh, then I was very happy. So like that it used to go on and on. So from there also we came back from Bombay. Of course he was not completely well. Then we came up to Ahmednagar. Still he was ailing like this. So I used to, make him do everything possibly. Do this, do that. So poor fellow used to go to workshop. I used to drag him there even. So whenever I used to take him to Baba, he used to walk straight. Baba made him walk everything. He used to do everything. But whenever he used to come, he used to become crippled. I said, what nonsense, in front of Baba you are all right. Afterwards he become crippled. But I know that he's just, pretending or something, I don't know. Then one day doctor comes and tells me that your husband got cancer. Oh my, at midnight the doctor comes and tells me. And I was all by myself and my husband only. Oh my, I was praying to Baba, said if he is going to suffer, please take him soon. I don't like him to, suffer like that. Next morning, Baba sent Arach to me and telling me that not to worry. Nothing is going to happen to him. But we didn't tell Sarosh anything. The doctor came and he had taken out a little piece from his stomach and sent it to Bombay for testing. So we sent the man to Bombay for testing. So when we were every day waiting for that reply that it should come in my hand and not in his hand. So one day we both gone to the workshop and I must have gone somewhere and the postman came and gave that report in his hand. It was thank Baba. That report was, nothing was negative. Nothing is there. Then Baba said, look, I told you nothing is there, all right. Then after a few months, Baba said, now, after my birthday, 24th, it was his birthday, no? And February 24th is my birthday. After my birthday, you go to Bombay and show to Dr. Karanjiawala and he gave me 2,000 rupees, Baba himself. He didn't touch money, but he told somebody, Gawai, to give it to me and only spend this money on Sarosh's doctor, medicine and everything. So I've gone to Bombay with Sarosh and there, of course the doctor examined him and everything and he said, this is a very difficult, again the third operation was there, but he'll be all right. We'll try to make. So there was another doctor told me, oh my, this Villu you are taking very easily because this is not a picnic party. It's a very dangerous operation. I told that doctor, please don't tell to his sisters or any of his relations because they make me nervous. They cry and they make me nervous. Here Baba giving me courage and they making me nervous. So I was very happy because I had a full faith in Baba. So I was not at all worried. You see, really it's surprising. I was not crying. His sister used to come and cry. And I was, telling them nothing is going to happen. Don't cry. So the operation has been, performed. Dr. Ginde was there. Dr. Ginde, Dr. Farooq Udwadia, they all came and told me outside. So now don't worry, everything is all right. So he's been taken out from the theatre and then slowly he was recovered. Then he recovered completely. Then we never thought that Sarosh will be the same man because you should have seen Sarosh. He was a half his size and all, the urine was, coming from his stomach hole. They made a hole here, urine was coming from the top. And I think this is the doctor was themselves say it's a real miracle. What is happening? And I was not at all, I was so taking it so easy, calmly that Baba told me to take it.
During all the 3 operations, I was very particular with the doctors.
Yes.
That Baba's locket here must be there. If you want to remove the locket, no operation.
He said, then
So
what
they
happened
kept
in
it.
first operation? So he told my son-in-law came. He told my son-in-law, please look after this my locket. I want my locket to be there. So they were taken him for the operation theatre. But when he was bleeding too much, they taken out his all clothes. So locket also gone with the clothes, and he started sinking. So my son-in-law found no locket there. So he came rushingly, said, "Mummy, where is that locket?" I said, "It must be in that his clothes." So poor fellow, he was finding his old clothes and he got the locket and he put it on again. So he had so much faith in Baba. And of course afterwards I also had it. Then like that.
And you still have it.
Now of course I still have it. Now everything is, it's all right. I never turned now. Now I'm there. Now then all the Baba lovers started coming here. So I started looking after them. I enjoy looking after them.
And with Baba's grace,
Yes.
we have got good children.
Yes, we've got good children.
And with his grace, the first child was born after 10 years of our marriage. And that also Baba named
Meherban. Now.
You want
Enough.
to say anything more?
No, enough.
Jai Baba.
Jai
to all.
Baba to all. Yes. Okay.
Or after dinner, what do you want? Now,
Yeah.
I would like to give you very briefly an account of my meeting Baba, my association with him, and my stay with him. Before I do that, I pray to beloved Baba that the project that you four, that is Irwin, Edward, B, and I have undertaken, so may he give you full success, and may the world come to know through your films and project what Baba has been and what he is. Now how I came to Baba. It was in 1922 that I was returning after giving my matriculation examination from Panchgani back to Ahmednagar. So I got a letter to say that I had to bring with me Gulmai, that is Adi's mother, who was in Pune. So I broke my journey at Pune, and I asked Gulmai that we have to accompany me to Nagar. Our train was at midnight. So Gulmai said after dinner that we have got a lot of time. Would you mind? I have to meet some person, so we go to meet him. I said, I have no objection, we'll go. Now in those days, in 1922, there were no taxis or anything in Pune, Tongas. So we got into the Tonga, two of us sitting behind with our luggage, and the Tonga wala drove on at the guidance of Gulmai. After some time, he came to a stop. No buildings round about, anything I see, but at a distance I see a small hut with fire burning in the center, one chap sitting there with a dhol and singing ghazal, and nearly a dozen people sitting round about him. I stopped the Tonga at a distance, and she got down and went there.
What do you want?
Can you get a little butterfly?
Raju?
Yes? After a while, Gulma came back to me to the Tonga, and she told me that I should also go down and meet this gentleman. I said, all right. And I went along with Gulma, folded my hands, sat down there, and watched this gentleman. In those days, he was known as Mehran. Long hair, with that big, long black coat, and he was playing and singing. He just asked me my name. I told him my name. After a while, we again folded our hands to him and we went away. I never asked Gulmai in the Tonga who he was, what he was, nothing of that sort. But later on, Gulmai told me, much later on, after we had joined Baba, Gulmai told me that Baba asked Gulmai who he was in the Tonga. So Gulmai said, oh, he's my nephew, don't worry. So Baba said, no, you call him here, I want to meet him because I got a lot of work with him later on in the world. And therefore I had to go and meet him. After 4 or 5 days, Baba came to Nagar and he stayed with Gulmai. We were staying quite close, it was a joint family. So I thought to myself that having met this gentleman late at night in the dark, I should meet him now in the daytime. So I went to Gulmai's house to meet him. I sat there, we all were there, Gulmai was there, Adi was there, Adi's brother Rustam was there, and Adi's father was there, and I sat there. After a while, he asked me, he says, what are you going to do? I said, if I pass my matriculation, go to college, and then join some business or something that as the others do. In a flash of moment, he thought over and he said, you give up everything and come with me, I'll make you a king. So I was just wondering, what is this? But I must admit that Adi's brother Rustam, my cousin, he gave me a great courage and encouragement. And he told me, he says, no, Sarosh, you go. So I told Baba, I said, all right, I'll come. He said, when he sends me a telegram from Pune, I must go and join him. In about 3 days' time, a telegram came, and I went and joined Baba there. He made me first stay at a Ritz Hotel. So I used to stay in a hotel and go to Baba every evening at Kasbah Pet. There was a toddy shop on the ground floor, and Baba with his Mandali used to be on the first floor. And we used to go and sit with Baba. He used to sing, people used to come meet. At times he used to get excited, annoyed, at times he used to abuse. But to me he was always very kind. He asked me that I should take up the automobile engineering. And so I started doing a course of automobile engineering. But every afternoon I had to go and meet him. After a while, he says, look here, Sarosh, he says, you got a lot of pimples on your face. You give up eating meat. That will do me good. I said, all right. So I gave up eating meat. After a few days, he again says, no, you also give up eating eggs. Very tactfully, gradually, I was a young boy, just out of school. So I also gave up eating eggs. And I stayed quite a while with him at Pune. Every afternoon I used to go and meet him and enjoy his company. That was one great thing. There was happiness and enjoyment in the heart and in the mind. And during daytime, from morning till afternoon, I used to go for my studies, and afterwards I used to go to Baba. I was there for a few months. Then once Baba spoke to all the Mandali there that he is going to Bombay and he will have to stay there for a year. If anybody wants to accompany him, he should enter into an agreement with Baba. I said, all right. Now, I can't say no to him because I had already said yes at Nagar, so I couldn't. So we, about 25, 30 of us, Padri was there, Adi was there. There were so many others. And we gave a contract and went to Bombay. So he said, we are going to Bombay on foot, walking. And there should be another agreement that if on the way, if some tigers come and eat us, and if there is an accident, if anybody dies, so he will not be responsible. So we gave that also agreement. On the way, we were all walking, enjoying. There was a bullock cart carrying our bedrolls. And Baba would stop anywhere as he wished, and we had to spend night in the dark, in the jungle, with no habitation, nothing. But we enjoyed the trip. And he used to make us walk in twos, in threes, and he used to give us any Baba's name or God's name to recite. There is a village known by Chowk on the way. We reached after midnight. So the Chowkidar of the village thought that these robbers have come to loot the village. And he shouted and got the whole village out. So we said, no, we are so and so. And we told them, Baba, we are not robbers, we are all. Then we spent the night there and went on our journey. Like that, you see, we reached Bombay. Baba had a disciple in the name of Munshi Sahab. He was an engineer, and qualified engineer, and he was working with the government in the Back Bay Reclamation Scheme. So we all stayed there. He made arrangements. Now, at that time also, I could, in my mind and in my heart, love Baba. I could get that confidence, that strength. But I cannot say to myself that I love him as a God. Now, we stayed at that place for a few days, and after that, Baba went and searched for a bungalow to stay. So at Dadar, he got hold of a bungalow. Partition rooms were made, and that bungalow was named by Baba as Manzil Amin, and we all went to stay there. Two in a room. Adi Senior was my companion. Next door to me, Padri was there, and Slamson was there. Baba used to stay on the top floor of the bungalow. Then after a while, our routine program started. He gave us special orders and ordinary orders, 3 sheets of paper. We had to obey all those orders as long as we stayed in Manzil Amin with Baba. And there were such stiff orders that I can't imagine how we managed to follow all those things. I can tell you, the ordinary orders were that not to meet anybody, not to eat anything outside, not to meet even in your parents and your brother or sister, anybody you meet on the way, not to talk to them, not to read newspapers, not to read placards or anything on the way, not to go to movie or anything. And we were to have our shave once a week. Now you can imagine once a week to shave and go to work and to the college and everywhere outside. But we obeyed all those orders. It was he who made us obey, otherwise it was impossible. And gradually he became very, very, what should I say, very strong and stiff. He started beating us, hammering us with little provocations. If little thing happened, he used to just beat us. And the strict orders were that if anybody had anything in his mind, he had to come and tell Baba immediately. So that was another big thing that we had to be afraid of. We were, as months rolled on, we were so very much afraid and so very much, gone weak in mind that what to do. So the question was what to do, whether to stay with Baba or go away. But still, we had to stay because I had given a contract. I used to go to my tuitions and my automobile engineering work. There were so many padri used to go and so on. Now, Adi was my companion. I used to tell Adi, this is very, very tough and it's very difficult to manage. I'm fed up. Adi used to go and tell Baba during the course of the day. In the evening, I would see my bedroll and my suitcase outside on the veranda. Immediately when I used to return back, I used to go and meet Baba. So Baba used to say, you go away. I said, what Baba? He said, you don't like it here. I said, Baba, I don't like it, but I've given you a contract, so I'll fulfill my contract for 1 year. With all that, you see, he used to again embrace me and take my suitcase and bag and everything inside. And when he used to get very excited, and when he used to beat us, and at that very tense situation, I was the only one who could have little courage to speak to him. And I would say, Baba, pardon us, we are sorry, we are wrong. Then he used to calm down and all. One day he says, we all have to go on fast, observe complete fast. No drinking water, no food, nothing from morning till evening. Keeping the fast, we had also to go around and get, I don't exactly remember now, 3 or 5 poor beggars to be brought to the bungalow, to be fed, and after that we'll eat in the evening. We carried out all that. In the evening, he asked me to get rose syrup from the bazaar. I got 3-4 bottles of rose syrup. Nice washed buckets were kept with ice, rose syrup added, everything ready for us, all thirsty from morning till evening, never had a fast in our life and all that. Everything was ready, and Baba was about to distribute 1 glass of cold, sweet rose water syrup to everyone. All of a sudden somebody spoke. Baba got annoyed and he asked me, he says, throw this away, everything in the gutter. So all the buckets were thrown into the gutter. So that was this. We carried on. Again, after some time, he cooled down and he brought the whole thing again and we had a drink. What I want to say, Baba from Manzil-e-Meem was quite different to Baba after Manzil-e-Meem at Meherabad, Meherazad, everywhere. In Manzil-e-Meem, he was very strong-headed. He used to, for any little provocation, he used to beat everybody. And but we used to obey the orders. That was one thing. One day, I noticed on Sunday, so many people, they used to come to meet Baba, old and young, everybody. So that night, I couldn't sleep. I was getting restless. All sorts of thoughts started coming to me. Even thoughts for Baba started coming to me. And even however much I tried to shake off those thoughts and slap myself that I must not have these thoughts for Baba, but still the thoughts persisted. And I was becoming restless in the bed. So there was a knock on the door at about, I think, between 1 and 2 early morning. Padri said, Sarosh, Baba wants you upstairs. So I went upstairs to Baba. Baba was sitting there. Upstairs, only Gustaji and Baba used to stay. So Baba made me sit there next to him. He says, you don't get any sleep? I said, no, Baba, I'm getting very disturbed sleep. I couldn't sleep. He says, Sarosh, don't worry. You will always get thoughts. You are a human being. You will get good thoughts. You will get bad thoughts. You will get thoughts for me also. Don't worry. But always bear in mind that I am very pure and my love for you is very, very pure. You see, I immediately banged my head on the floor because I was feeling guilty that the thoughts for Baba should not have come to me. He made me sleep on his lap for some time and then he sent me back. So then I went back and had a good sleep. Now, in those days, as I told you before, that I had a lot of pimples. And with lot of pimples, I used to feel rather very awkward, inferiority complex to go to people. So one fine morning, Baba says, come here. You have got a lot of pimples, and I'll get rid of your pimples. He made me lie down on his lap, and he started sucking my pimples. You see, he used to suck them, actually suck. Every day for a few days he did, and all the pimples disappeared. You understand pimple? Huh? So that was also a miracle for me. Now, when there was a Sunday, I used to be at home with bungalow. And the tension was so great that I used to, under some pretext, go away, spend the day out by selling some books or doing some work for Gustaji and Baba and come back in the evening. It was so big tension and such hard life to lead there at Mandali. So one day, Baba, with few of Mandali men, went to Ajmer, Khaja. There's a big dargah there. Ajmer is near Ahmedabad somewhere. So he took few of them. I was not there. We stayed back. Some of us who stayed back, majority of us, Baba gave us some latitude. Baba said, all right, Sarosh, you can go and meet your mother and sister in the evening before you come home. Then he gave us a menu, he gave us all the amount to the chap who was cooking food, and everything was let down. Now in those days we had Nawal Talati. He was an electrical engineer and he was also staying with us at Manzalamim, a great Baba lover. So he had fixed up some electric motor pump at Santa Cruz. The owner of the electric motor pump said, yes, everything is all right, but I think the alignment is out. So you better get an engineer and I'll pay for him and let me check up the alignment. So Nawal Talati tells me, Baba is not there, he's gone with some of the group to Ajmer. Nawal tells me, he says, Sarosh, everything is all right, nothing is wrong. You profess to be an engineer and we'll go and get some money from him. So we went to Santa Cruz. I checked up the electric motor pump and everything. I said, everything is in order. He paid me my first class fare to go to Santa Cruz, come back. We returned back happily from Santa Cruz with 40 chips in our pocket. Now when we got back to Manzilamim, the few of us who had stayed back had a meeting as to what should be done with these 40 rupees. Ultimately, we decided all jointly that we should have some nice sweets and some nice things to eat. So we got all those things from the bazaar and had a very nice feed. One fine morning, Baba and the Mandali turn up. Baba very sick. He started having stools, about 150 stools every day with colored, red, black, yellow, blue, purple, all sorts of colors. He started having stools and he was very bad in health. And naturally, being very bad in health, he was also very excited. All the Mandali got in and we wished Baba, and few of us, we had to go on duty, we went away. In the evening when I came back, I again see my suitcase and the bedding roll outside. I thought to myself, I said, why it should be today? Because Adi was not here and I had not spoken anything. So when I went to Baba, he says, you get away, he is not going to pardon me. I said, Baba, what have I done? He says, I have gone sick, I am away, you earn 40 rupees first time in your life, instead of keeping that 40 rupees and putting it at my feet, you go and have a feast. I said, Baba, sorry, wrong. He said, nothing doing, I will not spare you this time, you go away. However much I begged of him, he wouldn't listen. But then all of a sudden it came to my mind that if I am to go, all those who were with me at Mandali must also go. So I told Baba. He says, why? I said, because we all jointly chalked out this program. So he called everybody. He said, what Sarosh says, is it true? He says, yes. Everybody admitted. Then I said, Baba got annoyed with them as to why they did not tell him immediately. So I again came in. So I stayed with Baba. There was a notice board at Manzilamim. Gustaji used to issue orders. There were a lot of mosquitoes. So everyone every day had to kill 10 mosquitoes. Now one day Baba put up on the notice board that a special order has been broken by one of the inmates. Now, Brother Irwin, you will have to take a note of these orders. I got a copy of them, I can give you, and you will have to give them. So, if anyone had broken Baba's special order, the penance, Baba said that he would lock himself up in the upper room without food. And we were all thinking in our mind as to who has broken this order. For 15 days it was such a big tension in our mind that everyone must have reduced at least 10 pounds. Because we were all the time thinking as to who has broken the order. So after 10-15 days, Baba said, would you like me to tell you? I said, yes. We assembled again in the hall. Then Baba called the servant who was working there, paid servant who was working on a salary, washing dishes, etc., etc. So in front of us all, Baba asked him, on such and such a day, at such and such a time, in the bathroom, were you not becoming naughty and having affairs with a sweeper woman? He admitted. See, this is what Baba. He admitted. But then I got up and said, Baba, I said, look at Baba, he is a servant. He is not one of your disciples, he is not one of your lovers. We have given a contract. He has not broken the order. So Baba pardon us all. But here is a fact that Baba did know that this man has done so and so. At one stage, as I told you before, Baba used to be very excited. We used to be very much afraid of him at Manzilamim. Love him and be afraid of him, both together. So, at one stage he said, wherever he sat, wherever he may be, Ramju, Dr. Ghani and Adi must immediately sit in front of him. And if there was any displeasure with any one of them, if Baba threw any one of them out, I had to become a stepney wheel and take the place. And I tell you, you cannot imagine to sit immediately to Baba and every moment he would ask, what are you thinking? What are you thinking? It was such a terrible thing for us. And I used to curse that fellow who used to go away and I had to take his place. But we had to do that. And all of a sudden he would slap. All of a sudden he would hammer, beat. And this was going on. So, but still we carried on. I'm giving you these experiences of Manzil Amin. And with his will and with his power and with his blessings, we all survived there, excepting one who could not meet with the hardships, and he left. But it did us very good. He trained us very well. He trained us in being united, no caste, creed, or religion or anything. And we stayed together happily as one big family. And afterwards, Baba said, now that year is ending, so I was also happy. If the year is ending, I shall also wish bye-bye to Baba. And we came to Nagar. Baba got Rustam, that is Adi's brother, married to Freni. Freni is Mehra's sister. After that, Baba said that he is going to Karachi and Quetta. I said, Baba, I am not coming. He said, 1 year is not past. I said, all right. 1 year is not there, so I will go. I went with Baba to Karachi and Quetta, then came back. One day I get a telegram, start automobile business in Ahmednagar. So, with his blessings, I started the automobile business. When I started automobile business, my father and uncle, that is Adi's father and my father, were partners in every way. They paid me only 500 rupees to start an automobile business. But with 500 rupees, I started the automobile business. In the meantime, Baba came back. Then I could feel and be happy that all my life was molded by Baba. In all my life undertakings, public life, spiritual life, or the political life, he was my guide. I used to go and ask him, he put me in the world. He said, now you go in the world and you have to obey only 2 orders. One order was that always love Baba as God, obey him and love him. And the second order was nothing to have to do anything with any other woman excepting your wife. These were the 2 orders. I said, yes, Baba, I willingly accept them. And so that was that. He put me in the world, and naturally I can very happily and boldly say that he did make me a king. I was not married then, and I used to go to Baba at Meherabad, meet him, and one day I and Baba were walking arm in arm on the Meherabad road. Afterwards we sat on one of the culvert. So he asks me, he said, Sarosh, do you want to marry? I said, Baba, how can I reply that question? He said, have you got any girl in view? I said, yes, Baba. Then I gave the details. He said, this girl will not marry you, but you must try your best to marry her. You try your utmost and best to marry her, but this girl will not marry you, but you will get a good wife. So I did try my best, and I couldn't marry that girl. So I got my Villu, as said Baba.
Good wife.
Now, you want me to continue? Like Baba put me in the world, success was there, I got my success in business, I got success in my political life, in my social life, every way. But at every stage, I used to go and ask him, Baba, shall I do this? Shall I do that? And I never used to say no to Baba. If he wanted me to do anything, I would say, yes, Baba, I would do it. Whether I succeed or whether I don't succeed, I said I would do it, Baba, for you. We had our first child after 10 years of marriage. And one evening, we were sitting with Baba at Meherabad, some of our Mandali. Baba said that I am very happy today, and I am going to give every one of you who are sitting with me some present, some prasad from me. So when Rustam's turn came, Baba said that Rustam is very much fond of horses, so you get him a good horse for riding. He asked me to get him. When my turn came, he says, I've given you already, so I don't want to give you anything. You see? So I got my first child. He was born in Pune. Then Baba said, name him Meherban, so we named him Meherban. After 4 years, we had our daughter. Now, Baba asked me, he said, now you suggest a name. So I said, my favorite name is Freni. So Baba said, all right. But there was a lot of commotion in the house. My mother had died. My mother's name was Gulnar. And all the family and my father said, no, the girl must be named Gulnar. So I again went to Baba. I said, Baba, this is the deep trouble going on at the house. So Baba said, all right, you please then name her Gulnar now, and then after 4 years we'll change the name to Freni. So I came and accepted. After 4 years, the other girl was born, which was automatically named Freni. Now, Baba always used to call me to Meherabad. Immediately when we came back from Manzil Amin, I used to cycle down every day to Meherabad, take bazaar, vegetables, etc. from Gulmai and go on a bicycle, deliver and come back. At times I had to make 2 trips even. Then my cousin Rustam had an old motorcycle, so I repaired that and then I started going on a motorcycle to Meherabad. Then Baba went to Nasik and he stayed with the Mandali, he stayed at Nasik for a very long time. So I had practically lost contact with Baba because I never went to Nasik. Once a while I might have gone. So after some time, after a very long time, after a few years, Baba came back to Meherabad. So every afternoon at 3 o'clock, every day he used to call me to Meherabad. After he returned from Nasik, he used to make me sit there with all the other Mandali. He used to talk with everyone, but completely ignore me, not to talk to me. This went on for days and days together. After about 2 hours, he would say, yes, you can go now. That was the only thing, no talk. And I used to feel very bad. What is this? Baba every day calls me and doesn't talk to me. So one day, Baba asks me, what's wrong with you? You feel very bad? I said, yes, Baba. You call me every evening and you don't talk to me. You neglect me. She says, Sarosh, you are feeling very bad about it. I said, yes, Baba. Then he says, how should I feel that you neglected me all these years at Nasik and never came to meet me? So that was absolutely a big blow, and I begged of him, bowed down to him, and I said, yes, Baba, I'm very, very sorry. And at that time, we were few in there, sitting with him. He says, look here, Sarosh, however much you want to get rid of me, neither you can get rid of me, nor I can get rid of you. You are with me and I am with you. If you don't believe me, you open up your breast and see. So I open up my breast and I see Baba's picture there on my breast, naked breast. I dashed my head on the floor, blood came out, and then he took me on the lap and he told Adi who was sitting there, he said, this is what I wanted to do. Then I became very bold, and whatever he wanted me to do, I used to do. Then he said, look here, Sarosh, now I'm tired of Meherabad. I want some other place close by. It should not be very far away and it should be secluded nicely. The place known today as Meherazad was one time municipal engineer's small bungalow there when the tank was being built. After that, it was to be sold. So I was a municipal member then, not a mayor. So but I showed the place to Baba. Baba liked it very much. He says, you buy it for me. So I bought the place in an auction. I paid 1100 rupees for the proprietary right of the road and plus all that property. And later on, Baba got it developed. But I bought it for 1100 rupees and then Baba was happy with it. Later on, we built so many buildings, etc. and all that, you see. Baba once tells me, I was very lucky and very fortunate that I had the pleasure of taking Baba in my car from Panchgani to Sakori when he had his last meeting with Upasni Maharaj. You see, I got a telegram to go to Panchgani with Baba. Baba, was in Panchgani then. I went there, stayed with the Mandali. Next morning, Baba was ready, and then all of a sudden he says, I don't feel well, should we go or should we not go? I said, Baba, it is your choice. So he said, no, we must go. We have asked the old man to keep ready, we don't want to. Then he was asking us, he says, now I'm going to meet Upasni Maharaj, my guru, after such a long time. What present should I take for him? This question none of us could reply. So Baba said, yes, I'm taking my own locket to give to Baba, to Upasni Maharaj. And so I was the lucky and the fortunate one with other few members of the Mandali to take Baba from Panchgani in my car to Shakuri to meet Upasni Maharaj. We picked up from Nagar, Padri and Gulma and all. Padri has taken very good pictures of Baba's meeting with Upasni Maharaj and you all must have seen them. Then, as the years rolled on, I became very bold and I became very successful. But this was all Baba's doing. If there was any new business to be done, I used to go and ask him, Baba, this, shall I do it? When he said yes, or when he said no, I followed and I got my success.